Hello everyone, this is Donnie aka Elevated, and thank you for tuning in to another video on behalf of Dota Alchemy. For those of you who celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving. We are very grateful to be able to do what we love on a daily basis, and it's all really thanks to you guys, so we are grateful for you all being a part of the Dota Alchemy community. We're also thankful to Antlion Audio for providing us with an audio sponsor on this video. We will tell you a bit more about their mod mic system later on, but just know that they have upgraded our audio and we are very pleased to be working with them again on another video. Speaking of the video, if you've been living under a rock, there is a new Dota patch. It is called the Outlanders update. It is 7.23 and we're now on 7.23a. And we wanted to give you guys 5 things that everybody needs to know about the patch. We've played quite a few games on it now. We have a little bit better grasp of what's going on. There are lots of map changes, of course, some new heroes, plenty of new items as well. And so we wanted to just quickly run over a few things that we've noticed are having a big impact on the outcome of games. And number 1 is the outposts. Outposts are probably the most important objective in the game outside of Roshan right now because they give you access to the sides of the map when the tier 1 towers fall. They also give you direct access to bounty runes every 5 minutes, and well, it's still a little unclear about how huge the impact is, but I don't think it can be understated or underestimated how important the giant burst of experience that you get from controlling the outposts every 5 minutes is, especially if you're able to deny that experience to the other team by controlling both of them. Just like it happened with bounty runes, you need to set up early to capture an outpost or to defend an outpost when it nears a 5-minute mark. The nice thing about the outposts is that they're actually really easy to defend if you control it already because it gives you flying vision. So if you're there early and the other team is trying to sneak in, they can't unless they're smoked because you can see them coming. So it's a really, really great place to take a fight, and I haven't really seen many people abusing this yet. In between these 5-minute marks, it's not as important to hold an outpost, though it is good because it gives you a place to teleport. It's much more important to focus on controlling these for the last 45 seconds or so before a 5-minute mark hits. Number 2, with everybody having a courier, there are couriers constantly flying to the lanes, and they are extremely, extremely slow in the early game and easy to kill. They are also now linked to a player's passive GPM, which means that you're not only denying them access to the items they bought in base, they are losing a chunk of gold that you cannot get back because it's just gone. They don't get passive GPM while the courier is dead. This means that sniping couriers is a pretty high impact part of the game, but one thing I will say is that trying to snipe them full time is definitely not a viable strategy because the game still revolves around the lanes and still revolves around early experience. So if you're sacrificing that to snipe couriers, it's probably not going to end up being a good trade in the long run. If you're enjoying the sweet sounds of knowledge caressing your eardrums right now and you'd like to sound just as good while talking with your buddies on Discord or screaming at your teammates in Dota 2, you need to check out the Mod Mic by Antlion Audio. The Mod Mic is the perfect modification package that allows you to take your existing headphones and turn them into a gaming headset in just a couple of minutes. If you're like me and you love music, you probably have spent a bit of money investing in a nice pair of headphones. But most nice headphones do not include a high-quality microphone. Branded gaming headsets are often very overpriced for the audio that they give you, and now, thanks to the Mod Mic, which comes in 3.5mm jack, USB, and now even wireless, I get the best of both worlds. Number 3 is that early game stat items and auras are still extremely good in the young meta, where people are just not really sure what they should be doing. Most people seem to be focusing on farming neutral items which randomly drop, and that means that they're playing a very slow style of Dota. What this means is that if you can get an early lead and snowball to take quick towers and map control, you will probably have a massive advantage. So heroes like Vengeful Spirit, Luna, Sven, and building items such as Vladimir's Pipe, Crimson Guard, etc. are still very, very game-winning choices that you can make. There's so many things to fight over right now, from outposts to bounties to neutral camps themselves, that being fight ready is extremely important and just a really, really good way to farm MMR right now, because while other people are farming neutral items, you'll be farming their base. Tip number 4 is that lane creeps are more important than ever before. And I know some of you are probably like, wait, what do you mean? They don't drop free items. All of the hype so far has been around these neutral creeps and the neutral items that they drop, but it's the lane creeps that allow you to safely access the neutral creeps and hold on to super important objectives like the outposts. Furthermore, the neutrals are not going anywhere, but the lane equilibrium will, so you need to make sure that you deal with the lanes first and then farm your way back to safety through the neutral camps. You still get all of the gold that you would if you were just hitting neutrals, and you get those items, but you also make sure that the other team has to show themselves on the map, they have to respond to your pushes, and they cannot be farming neutrals while they're doing that. Additionally, neutral items are shareable, so even if you're not the one farming them, chances are you will still benefit from them later on. It still seems like playing fast and aggressive is the best way to win Dota right now because dictating the tempo gives you so much control. And snowballing early right now means you get even more value than ever before because of all the neutral items that you'll be able to collect and deny the other team. So I'll say it for you one more time. Lane creeps are more important than neutrals because they enable you to do all the things that you need to do in a game of Dota to win. Tip number 5 is that 7.23 is a patch that is trying very hard to emphasize more team play in the game. There are so many opportunities to fight with your team, there are so many objectives to control, and possibly the biggest part of this entire thing is the shareable neutral items. Core players really need to stop hoarding them all in their backpack or just leaving them on the ground. If the items don't fit their hero, you have a personal courier for this exact reason, and it's extremely important to pay your team back for letting you farm by sharing the benefits with them. You should never leave an item on the ground just because you don't want it or don't have any space. This is like giving the other team thousands of gold if they happen to find it, and chances are somebody on your team will get value out of it. So put it on a courier, leave it in the fountain, and let them pick it up and make the decision. I would actually love for IceFrog to implement a pinging system like they have in Apex Legends where you can notify your teammates of the item dropped on the ground and mark it for them on the minimap, and then teammates can respond to that ping with a ping of their own to tell everyone else that they need the item and will come claim it. And one final bonus tip for everybody is to buy multiple TPs in base or every time you send out the courier, because not being able to buy TPs from the side shop anymore is a massive hindrance to being able to control the map and show up for really important fights. With all the free value you're getting from the neutral drops and the fact that there is no cost for rewards anymore, there's just no excuse for not having a teleport scroll at all times. Furthermore, I'm 100% convinced that Boots of Travel are the most valuable item in the game because they are now more valuable than ever before. And there's just so many things to control on the map and an almost infinite potential to take fights. So just make sure that you can show up when you need to, and you'll have a much higher success rate in the game of Dota.